He's holding me, choking me to the point where I almost blacked out. My eyes started rolling. Now, mind you, the knife is about 5 inches, F that. So the lesson that was learned for me out of that whole thing, that was my first stabbing ever, was that, man, you have to listen to your parents. هذا حد العالم هذا طالق هذا راسخ وإلى آخره. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh to all the Rip Hadith Cyber YouTubers and viewers. Welcome back to a new video on Rip Right HD. And today I'm going to be talking about how my life of crime started. Accidentally. It wasn't something I was planning on being a gangster. I don't even consider myself a gangster at the time because the stuff I was doing was idiotic. It was ignorance. It was buffoonery. It didn't make sense. I was young, dumb, So at this time I was 15 years old, still living in the same house. Right now, still living with my mother at 15. And at this time, I've been in locked up before or grabbed up, but I was grabbed up for stuff like shoplifting. So it was nothing and never serious. Okay, so I had this homegirl at the time in my school, right? She had a father, and I guess he was into something with his job where he used to get knives and different little tactical stuff. So, I was really much into knives and guns, but at the time I never was able to get my hands on a gun. I'm watching Mark for Death, all of this gun culture that they promote on TV, and then put the guns in the hood, then you get them and then you get locked up. But nobody tells you you could become a gunsmith, you can do this for a living, you can enter the military, you can enter the army. Nobody teaches you that, oh, you can go to a gun range, you can be concealed and carry and have a licensed firearm. So nobody honed that energy that I had for guns and knives and weapons, So it was just me, I had my mother here. She didn't really understand, she did her best, 7 kids, and then she raised us, man. Alhamdulillah, I'm here now. So, she had this nice little knife set. I wanted it bad, and I got it from her. It was like square, and it had 2 knives that go in the side, and it had belt, like things where you could put belt. It had like straps where you could just fit it on your belt. So it would go like on the back of your belt, and it had two sides. The knives go on each side. The knives was about maybe 4 inches, if that, the actual knife, or 5 inches, and the handle was roughly the same. They was nice little daggers, and they went in, and you just hit the button, and then you pull the knives out. So I used to keep them on the small of my back on my belt. My belt used to go through it, so it was dope. So I used to go everywhere with these knives. So there was this one day. This is during a time where I can't even say what bikes was out. It's when gyros and all of those bikes first started popping and getting popular. So this was the 2000s, So I'm supposed to be in the crib, and I get up. I wake up early morning. It's summertime. I sneaks out the crib. I got the knives on me. I'm in Roach Man still. This is junior high school. So I'm 15, I think. Yeah, 15, 14. So we in the park. We on the handball court. We all just chilling. We playing handball. Now they talking about, yo, yeah, let's slap box. That was like normal. We just used to see who had the best hands, slap box. And I was never the best fighter. I was a good puncher. But boxing one-on-one was difficult, but I was fast, I was limber. It wasn't something that was best for me. I didn't like really fighting too much. I liked the weaponry side. So we're going to get to where I had my most fights at and why I had to do a lot of fighting at this time. But always, like, I had good sized knuckles out, so I was always a puncher. So dudes is slapboxing, and now the biggest dude wants to slapbox me. I don't know what it is, but I'm having issues as a child all the way up until now where I get picked on. Y'all might be surprised, but I get picked on from childhood all the way up into now, and then guess what? I end up doing that person something, and then I get the short end of the stick. So I started to learn later on in life that, yo, just let it ride. So some people say, yo, how you so humble? And I don't consider myself humble, man. I just try to stay out the way and stay away from people and try not to be bothered because I know the end result, all right? So, biggest dude want to slap box me. We slap boxing. He swinging. I'm getting low. You know, I'm faster than him. So he can't really hit me. And then I'm getting him. Blap, blap. You know what I'm saying? Slapping him. You know, so he got upset till I gave him one hard slap. So he grabbed me up. So now in the park on the handball court, if y'all know from what neighborhood I'm from, so a lot of people was watching this, that's from this neighborhood. The handball court has like a little bench, not a bench. It's like a little sidewalk on the gate. So he grabbed me by the neck, and guys, I'm 141 now, but I'm still skinny. 141 pounds is nothing. A dude 200 pounds, even though I'm faster than him, if we step in that ring, he's going to kill me. Why? Because that body weight matters in a fight. I don't care who you are, and I'm going to tell you about that. When I was in these Rikers Island and these cells were so small to box these dudes and they was heavier than me, it never went my way. So now, as he's choking me out, I can't get out of it. I'm fighting, but this dude is mad strong. He choking me to where I end up stepping up onto the brick and he's holding me so I'm almost like his height now, because he was our age, but he was just a lot bigger and a lot stronger. And I know you know a couple guys like this. Shout out to my bro, Twilight Kirk. He's like 6'6", 220 right now, shredded. So he was always like one of the biggest guys growing up around us. But this other dude that I had the issue with was like him. He was big. He didn't get to be as big as Kirk now. So he's holding me, choking me to the point where I almost blacked out. My eyes started rolling and I started feeling like it was almost there. What was I to do? I pulls out. One though. I clicked him. Clack, clack. Boom. So now my man is in there, homicide stitch. He'll tell y'all the story. I stabbed him up. Boom, 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 boom. Now, mind you, the knife is about 5 inches, F that. And the handle is around the same 4 inches, maybe a little smaller. So people don't even know I got the knife on me or don't even know I have the knife in my hand. So as I'm stabbing him, finally, you know, his adrenaline or whatever, he feels it. Because he lets me go. So when he lets me go, people thought I was punching him in his back. Later on, they told me, oh, we thought you was punching him. We wondering why he let you go. And my man Stitch, I still don't know to this day why he jump in. Why he ain't jump in, son, and save your boy. Your boy almost died out there. Real rap, son. This dude was choking me to death, son. Literally, I was skin and bones at this time. So once he finally let me go, he backed up. So I backs up. And I go here with it. So now the knife is in this hand. The black hand is here. So although I'm a righty, I always stand southpaw. Just growing up, I don't know. I always been like southpaw. So I squared off, ready to give him some more. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yo. I let him walk. He walked around me. And once he passed me, you know, I turned around. I looked. His whole shirt, his whole back, you know, was full with blood. So back right then, you know, stash the joint. I shoots over to my sister's house. Ride the bike. I get over there. I stash the knives over at my sister's crib. So now I'm just chilling. She don't know what's going on. My sister's baby father, he don't know what's going on. I chill there for a minute. You know, I falls asleep. I wakes up a little bit later. Shoots back to my crib. So when I get back to my crib, now it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock. My mom is already at work. She was doing a 3 to 11 shift. So the dude, I guess when he went home, we young. You know, it's not like he wanted to tell, you know, but he got stabbed up. You got to go to your pops or your moms. Yo, Dude stabbed me up. I was choking him. He stabbed me up. Pop's like, what? I guess pushed him. They went to the precinct, hospital, pressed charges. So now, you know, he's 15. You can't, what you want him to do? We not in the streets at this time. We don't know the code. Don't tell. And we don't know none of that. We just young and dumb. So with no elders. At this time, we had no older dudes, OGs. Nobody to tell you, nah, don't do this, youngin. No, don't do that. So I guess they get in contact with my mother. So my mom's calls home and I finds out. So now I'm waiting home for about 4 or 5 hours until she get off at 11:30 to come home and whoop my behind. Because I know I'm about to get twisted. And then I was on punishment for like a whole month. I would have rather just a beating, but she did both, bruh. She whooped me. Then when I told her the story, she said sorry and then still put me on punishment for a month. Because I wasn't even supposed to be outside. So lesson learned. Your mom say, yo, don't go outside. You be thinking, nah, it's hot. I want to go out at this time. No, wait, your older brother, go out at this time. I snuck out. First lesson, you got to understand that your parents sometimes know what's best for you. You might not think they know, but they do, man. Sometimes it's the intuition. And when you don't listen and you disobey your family or you disobey your parents and those in authority over you, bad things happen. And what happened? I ended up catching a stabbing in which I caught my first case. So my mother had to pay their hospital bill. I had to go down to the precinct, you know, all of this stuff. So I'm in, you know, I didn't get locked up for it, but basically I didn't have to, like, we was in the precinct for hours and hours upon hours, but it wasn't like I went to, you know, juvenile or anything like that. So the lesson that was learned for me out of that whole thing, that was my first stabbing ever, was that, man, you have to listen to your parents. Unless you know without a shadow of a doubt, unless it goes against the Quran and the Sunnah, the intellect, unless they're telling you to do something that doesn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes you might hear something and it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes a whole lot of sense to them because they're older. So for the young guys, man, listen to your parents and do exactly what they say to do, as long as it's good for you and it's not detrimental. For me, I disobeyed my mom and then I ended up with my first case. So that case alone, if I wanted to end up being a police officer later on in life or anything, that would have hindered me. That was my first step into tasting blood. And now it was just like, it's on. Now dudes in the hood like, yo, sin, yo. Now they know, like, yeah, boy will stab you up. So it felt good, you know, it was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I'm him. The whole time I'm 15 in junior high school, not doing a daggone thing. Meanwhile, a child that's getting a proper upbringing at 15 is learning about stocks. They're learning about real estate. They're getting a car at 16. They're getting another car when they get to college. You know, even if they don't go full through college, they end up leaving college and becoming entrepreneurs. That's what we were missing at that time. You know, our parents are teaching us a different way. Go to school and, you know, work for somebody else for the rest of your life. And after you retire, get a part-time job and work for somebody else for the next 5-10% of your life, and then die and still not have enough money to live your life. So guys, this is the first story. It's way more exciting, but I gotta get you from the beginning all the way to the end. And the reason why it's gonna be exciting is because there's so many twists and turns, and you're gonna be excited to understand how did I get here, and that you also could get here and then go past here. Because I feel right now that I'm nowhere but for where I came from in the last 2 years of being incarcerated, 2018 September, and coming out now and establishing Rip Right. It feels awesome. Man, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Stay tuned. Stay Rip. 6 pack. big back.
Indeed, in the body, literal translation, is a lump of flesh, a piece of meat. إِذَا صَلَحَتْ صَلَحَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ. And when that lump of flesh